Hello everyone, this is the Masked Analyst. I'd like to weigh in today on the Nick Gisburne affair. Please forgive me for reading from a prepared text. I have a highly nuanced argument and I want to make sure that I don't leave anything out. Also, please forgive me for I will utter a swear word during my speech. This is because I am highly emotional over this and I can't help but put a spontaneous, unplanned, inflammatory expression in my text. Now, if you have highly delicate ears, I recommend you stop this video right now, dig a deep bunker about 60 feet into the ground, store provisions for the rest of your lifetime, and seal yourself in so you don't have to deal with the real world. Also, I'm not a lawyer, so please take what I have to say about the law with a grain of salt. YouTube is receiving terrible publicity over the Nick Gisburne affair. At first, they claimed they deleted Nick's account when he put up his video on Islamic teachings because it was flagged by users for being inappropriate. Nick's video contained nothing more than short quotes from the Koran that were apparently hate-filled. Muslims will tell you that this unfairly makes their religion look bad because it's quoting from the Koran out of context. I'm not a scholar of the Koran, so I'm not qualified to say whether or not those statements reflect the spirit of the Koran. I do know that there are other passages that make Islam look like a generous, peaceful religion. And I will put a link to a video illustrating this in the sidebar. But whether Nick was quoting fairly or not is not the issue. Those passages from the Quran are very newsworthy because they are used by Islamic extremists like Osama bin Laden to motivate his minions. Being able to see those passages is very important to knowing our enemy. Now, I'm sure I'll get tons of objections saying that our enemies are motivated because they perceive favoritism toward Israel or heavy-handedness on our part in Iraq. And I'm sure they perceive that, and those factors do indeed motivate our enemies as well. But one must know that it is these passages that gives them what they feel is the moral and the religious justification to translate their hatred toward us into terroristic activities. Removing Nick's video can only give aid and comfort to the enemy. So YouTube's removal of Nick's video is disturbing if it was done on the grounds of it being inappropriate. And it did indeed look like this is why they removed him. A YouTuber named Exiled sent a letter to YouTube, and the response letter from Heather indicates that Nick's account was deleted due to the content of Nick's video and not because of copyright. Now I'm putting some links in the sidebar, and one of them is Exile's video, and so you can either stop this video now or later and take a look and watch her, and you can see for a fact that YouTube did indeed at first attribute this to content violation, that it was inappropriate content, and not, and I repeat, not to copyright. You can also see the original letter that YouTube sent Nick telling him that he was banned for inappropriate content. It's posted on Nick's website, and I will put a link to that in the sidebar as well. The going assumption for a while was that Muslims were responsible for flagging Nick's video. I will discuss in another video why this was a logical assumption to make. But things turned out to be more complicated than that. It seems like Firefly 515, a fundamentalist Christian, flagged Nick's videos in order to get him banned. I've got a link to the side where you can watch him gloat over Nick's banishment. You can also look at the comments section of his video and see a comment by DarrylRevok, who was also bragging about writing to YouTube to get Nick banned. But wait, it gets stranger still. P. Doman posted a video from Nick on his own account where Nick explained that YouTube changed his story and is now saying that he was not banned because his video was inappropriate, but because it contained copyrighted music. I'm posting the link in the sidebar to Nick's video in which he updates us on the situation. I'm also posting a link to Nick's website, and I urge you to look at the bottom of the page where you can see a new letter from YouTube saying that he was being banned for copyright infringement. It turns out that YouTube had taken down the Islamic teachings video because it contained background music from Carmina Burana, and its copyright holder, Shot Music GMP, sent YouTube a DMCA takedown notification. I'll discuss the Digital Millennium Copyright Act in more detail in another video. But for now, all you need to know is that it was an act passed by a very short-sighted Congress that scoundrels can use to suppress your First Amendment rights to free speech. If you take a short segment of a video, for example, in order to critique it, all the person who made that video that you're critiquing has to do is send YouTube a DMCA notice claiming that you're infringing on their copyright, and YouTube will yank your video, which critiques the other video. But I'll have more to say about this some other time. In any case, YouTube is now saying that they have to ban Nick forever, since this is the third time he has violated copyright. This is bullshit! Oops, I shouldn't have said that. Now they might ban me for inappropriate content. Please allow me to rephrase that. This is male bovine solid waste emissions. Let me clarify which part of YouTube's claim is male bovine solid waste emissions. I have enough evidence to believe that Nick's video was indeed removed for copyright infringement and nothing else. The part that is male bovine solid waste emissions is the claim that they must ban Nick forever because of it. Let's look at the evidence supporting the assertion that the video was removed for copyright infringement and nothing more. The first clue you'll find is if you do a YouTube search on the words Carmina Burana. You will see 3 videos from before February 7th. One from February 5th, one from January 1st, and one from November 4th, 2006. Yet you will see at least 30, maybe 40 videos that have been updated since February 7th, featuring clips of this music. Now that's odd. Why so many videos after February 7th and so few before? Kind of strange. Now, I've been in email contact with Nick, and from my email with him, I've learned the second and third pieces of evidence. I asked him if he had included the words Carmina Burana in the tags or the description of his video. And yes, he did indeed include them in the sidebar of his video where he gives credit to where the music came from. So it's possible that his video was one amongst many that would have turned up if someone had done a YouTube search using the term Carmina Burana as a search term. And finally, Nick sent me a TIFF file of a fax that Shot Music had sent Google. The fax was dated February 5th, 2007, and it demanded that at least 70 and perhaps as many as 100 videos be removed for copyright infringement on Carmina Burana. I'm not good at doing a screen capture, so I'll try to get, so let me put my camera up to my computer to try and get a little bit of this fax. I'm going to show you the first page of the fax letter, but the letter has 3.5 more pages containing nothing but links to videos that they have demanded removed. So, here's what has almost certainly happened. Sometime around February 5th, someone at Shot did a YouTube search to find videos that infringed on the copyright of their music. They sent a DMCA takedown notice to Google, and YouTube was obliged by law to remove all the videos cited in the notice. This they did on or around February 7th. I'm guessing that human error explains the 3 videos that they missed amongst the 70 or 100 taken down. Nick's video was caught up in their dragnet, and since this was his 3rd infraction, YouTube took down his account and he was permanently banned. Now, Does Nick deserve permanent banishment because of this? Let's look closely to determine how serious Nick's copyright infringement really was. Well, it is true that Nick violated copyright twice before he did this, so that should count against him. But his third violation can hardly be called significant. Certainly nothing worth permanent banishment over. In fact, under traditional fair use doctrine, it would not be a copyright violation at all.